welcome to This Day. It is Friday, August 2nd. I am Michael Taylor, host of the program, and we have got a great one, and it's action-packed, so let's get right to it. I was going to talk about the Olympics, but Sports Corner is going to do that later in the program. We're talking about all things Olympics, so stay tuned for all that. Anything you missed, Cole Young has it for you. And if you are a puzzle fan, we've got some great puzzles to talk about at the library. Do you know the library is open during the construction over at Clubhouse 1? So even though Clubhouse 1's off limits right now, the library right next door is open. It's a great cooling center for the hot days we have right now, and some great activities like puzzles and more. We're going to talk to Eileen Ordway about all of that in just a moment. Right now, we want to keep you informed, and you wanted candidates, you've got candidates. The Third and United, they have their candidates all lined up, and they are going to have some events where you get to meet the candidates. Over at Third, it's going to be Friday, August 16th. You get to meet the candidates held in the Community Center boardroom, and it's going to be also broadcast right here on Village Television at 10:30 a.m. And then, again, United is going to have their event to meet the candidates, and it's going to be August 23rd. And they're going to have their Meet the Candidates right here in the Community Center boardroom, and it will be broadcast on Village Television at 9:30 a.m. So if you are going to be voting in the upcoming election, make sure you get to hear from these candidates. Get out there if you can and ask them questions, or watch it right here on Village Television. Let's take a look outside, and please do not shoot the messenger. It is going to be a very, very warm day today, probably getting to 90. It's definitely going to feel like the 90s because the humidity is going to be just elevated just a little bit with some monsoon stuff going on out in the deserts. So it's going to be warm, still hot on Saturday, a little less hot on Sunday, and then we got mostly sunny skies, but really warm temperatures, hot to warm temperatures, best we can do. It is summer, it is August, that's what we get here in Southern California. Let's take a look at our sunrise and our sunset, and we have a great picture this time around from Catherine Holland, and she sent us a really cool picture of this cat, and this is Boogie, I believe, and she's babysitting the cat, and the cat got in the bag, and it's not the cat in the hat, it's the cat in the bag, and that's the way it goes. What a cute picture there. Thanks for sending that in. Sunrise this morning was 6:04. Sunset tonight is going to be 7:49. If you have a cute picture of your pet, we'd love to see it, and we'd love to use it on our Sunrise Sunset segment. You can do that by emailing us, lagunawoodsvillagetv@gmail.com. Make sure you include your name, where you took the picture, and we will use it in our Sunrise Sunset segment. Okay, we got one meeting to talk to you about, and then when we come back, puzzles galore with the library. Stay tuned.
Today's retirement is different. It's time to write new chapters in our life stories. To hit the open road in search of new horizons and fresh faces. Grand adventures or simple pleasures. It's not the final chapter in the book of life, but rather a new beginning, a second act.
Who is RadNet? You've probably heard our name and seen our commercials, but you still might not know who we are. RadNet is the largest provider of outpatient imaging services in the United States, with over 8,000 employees and almost 400 imaging centers in 7 states. Likely, if you have had diagnostic imaging, you have experienced RadNet's high-quality, cost-effective imaging services. With 35 years of expertise, RadNet is leading into the future with advanced technology and the very latest AI technology. We are positioned for the future of healthcare. RadNet, leading radiology forward.
The King Living mid-year sale is on now. 5 decades of Australian furniture design, crafted for a lifetime of comfort. So why buy ordinary furniture when you can come home to King? Sale on now.
During the pandemic, thousands turned to AgeWell for help. Since March of last year, AgeWell has provided Orange County seniors with more than 40,000 grab-and-go lunches, 500,000 home-delivered meals, as well as transportation and case management services. We were there for you then, and we're here for you now. Stay strong. Stay well. Age well. Learn more about our services or how to get involved today at myagewell.org.
I don't have to talk that quietly. We're going to be talking about the library, though, with Eileen Ordway. I want to thank you for joining us once again. And you want to talk about puzzles. I'm going to take a wild guess.
Yes, we now have about 1,000 puzzles, jigsaw puzzles
Do you
at the
really?
library. Yes. We have a couple of tables where people will join together and work on them.
Okay.
There's always a couple in progress, so people just come and go, put a few pieces in.
So you have a community puzzle kind of thing going on, right?
Yeah, yes.
I'll tell you something, when I start a puzzle, I don't know, and this is silly, but I get a little stressed, like I don't know if I'm going to be able to finish this. I have a little bit of anxiety, and so I'll come back to it. It'll be on my mind. I'll get up in the morning, I'm going to do a few pieces of the puzzle in the morning.
Right, I know. During COVID in particular, I took a couple home, and it was like they were sitting there. It's like, I am never going to do this. So, it's like not my thing, but yeah, a lot of people really enjoy doing that. And it keeps your mind active for sure.
Yeah.
You've got to focus on the picture, on the pieces.
Yeah.
So we have about 500 a month that we only track them when they come back in the library.
Okay.
They're in the honor system, so you just take them.
So when they come back, somebody open? There's my 1,000 piece. 1, 2. How do you check it? How do you check it back in?
No. We make sure that they're in a plastic bag, and then we mark on the back that it came back.
Okay.
And we ask people when they bring them to the front desk, were all the pieces there? So we trust them to tell us. If there's more than one missing, we put them outside, and then people can take them and not worry. They just keep them or do whatever they want with them.
Now, do you know when you guys started keeping the puzzles or started getting puzzles? Did people start donating puzzles? Because that's not a usual thing I think of for a library.
I've been there for over 10 years now, and we've always had puzzles.
Just always had puzzles.
I think we have a lot more now than we used to.
Okay.
But yeah, they're definitely, I think they've grown in popularity since COVID for sure. So yeah, we have starting at 100 pieces up to 2,500 pieces. The 300 pieces, for some reason, are really popular.
Okay, because it's not that huge a commitment.
No, right. And then the other thing is room. Like people don't have big tables, and I think that's a lot of times why people come into the library to do them, because they don't really have a place. Or some people say their cats will get up and mess the pieces around. So yeah.
Now, what kind of puzzle person are you? Is it I do it once, and then I've already conquered it. I put it back in the box.
Me, yeah, a lot of people will actually put their initials on them, which our puzzle people don't like, to show that they already did it.
Okay.
So they won't pick the same thing over again.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I can imagine that's why a lot of the donations come in, because I've done this puzzle maybe 2 or 3 times, or just once, but that's that.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, I don't expect you to know this, but I just read an article recently about they found out that some of the manufacturers use the same molds, but with different pictures. So there was an artist who was taking like a scenery scene and then a portrait scene and combining them in a really interesting artistic way, which I found fascinating.
Yeah. I think, you could take one of your pictures and send them in and of your family or whatever, and they make good Christmas presents.
Yeah, you can get your own puzzles done and those kinds of fun things.
Right.
So beyond the puzzles, what other offerings are that are maybe people might find unusual or they just didn't know about that they're at the library?
Well, we have what we call our world language section. It's books in foreign to most of us, not English. And we just got a pretty big donation of Korean books.
Okay.
And it just so happens that just like we try and weed out things that aren't popular, our CD books are not as popular as they used to be. So we actually weeded some out, cleared up a whole section in that row, and we were able to put these Korean books in there without having to jam pack them into the sections they were in.
Okay.
And we also, the Korean American Association in the village had started to donate 2 Korean newspapers that we get delivered every day.
Oh, wow.
They are very, very popular. We have several people that come in every day to read them. We only keep 3 days worth of each. So as we get a new one in, the oldest one goes outside on our patio, and somebody will take it and enjoy it further.
Now, do you find it interesting, like you just mentioned, that it kind of struck me, the CD books You know, nobody's doing that. But the books, the oldest form of book in actual paper form, is still very popular. But
Yes.
some of the technologies that have come along the way kind of go, the people don't check out those as much as
Right.
who has a CD player, like a portable CD player
and
anymore.
that's the biggest problem. I think a lot of people got them and listened in their cars.
Right.
And now you can't.
You can't, I can't even play a CD in my car anymore.
Right. So we don't have medium that, USB drives or anything like that that we can give to people. So if they want Audible books, they have to go to the Orange County libraries. Maybe we could get them, but I can't imagine
If there was
putting
demand.
a label on something this big and
Yeah, I think Kindle and Audible books and those kinds of things are really taking that place
Right,
of that. So
right.
a lot of people who have the
Yeah.
Amazon account, they get a lot of that
Yes.
stuff anyway.
Yeah.
So as the temperatures rise, you guys are one of the cooling centers.
Yes, we are.
Have you noticed that people come in to do I just want to cool off in a room, and then kind of discover the library while they're at it?
Yeah, it seems that way. Yeah, we have people that come in and say, I didn't even know you were here. So yes, usually our reading area where we have 4 really comfortable leather chairs or leather-like chairs, and we have tables all the way around, chairs, countertops. People bring in their PCs, and we have the free Wi-Fi that's in the village. They do the puzzles. We have magazines. We have paper newspapers that we have. In addition to the Korean, we have the New York Times gets donated every day, and we purchase the Wall Street Journal, LA Times, and Orange County Register. And of course, we also have the Globe. So yeah, people have really been taking advantage of it. Usually my shift is Wednesday evening, and I come in about 3:30 or so, and it's jam-packed in there.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, is the library mostly volunteers? Do you have a couple head library?
100% volunteers.
Now, are there any ex-librarians there that
Yes.
have? Okay.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. The woman who catalogs most of our items or books anyway. She worked in school libraries for her whole career, and we have several others who have, worked in corporate libraries or college libraries.
What got you interested in coming and working in the library and volunteering?
I just love books my whole life, and I actually always dreamed that maybe when I retired I'd have a bookstore, and this is like the dream because I don't have to worry about making a profit. Where I lived in Pennsylvania, the only thing you could do if you volunteered at a library was teach people how to use computers, and it's like, that's not me.
Yeah.
So when I first came here and saw that you could volunteer, I was like in heaven. So, but I'm an IT person, and I love the catalog system. I've spent the last couple of years finding all its little features, and yeah, I really love it.
What would you say of in terms of people who use the library? What's the most popular? Is it still books, or is it the periodicals? Is it magazines?
I would still say books.
Okay.
About 1,500 books a month go out. We probably have 500 to 600 DVDs. The puzzles are 500 a month. Paperbacks are like 600. They're vying for first place in our honor system accounts. Books are still the number one priority for the people that come in.
And for like puzzles I imagine there's only so much space in the library.
Yes.
So when people say, "Oh, I want to donate my entire book collection," that kind of thing, how do you guys handle that? Because I'm like, what kind of library doesn't want books?
I know. And we don't have a lot of space for processing. So we ask people that they just bring, hardbacks, we prefer something that's been published in the last 5 years, which is hard for people if they've been collecting their whole lives.
Right,
so we tell them, go to United Way or to El Toro Library or whatever. Paperbacks, we'll take almost anything as long as you can read the title on the spine. If it's so beat up you can't, we'll put them on the shelves and they mostly go. We also have our patio now. We have shelves where things that we can't use we'll put out there, and they disappear. So somebody will give them a new life.
Okay. Well, just as a reminder for everybody, the library is still open, even though construction over at Clubhouse 1 is still underway, but you guys are open, you're thriving.
Plenty of parking.
You're a great cooling center and all that kind of fun stuff.
Yes.
So make sure you get out there. Eileen Ordway, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
We'll get some puzzles going.
Yes.
During the break, we're going to open that up. You're watching ThisDay. We'll be right back.
Hi, my name is Rhonda Plains. I'm from Fullerton, California. I absolutely love Dr. V. I am very happy to drive from Fullerton to Laguna Woods. I was having an issue with my vision. There was strobe light going off in my eye. Dr. Vias was able to get me in to see him the next day. Once I met him and he diagnosed the problem with my eye, I felt very comfortable with him, and I'm just really happy that I found him.
The Salvation Army Orange County is committed to building hope in people's lives rather than just more shelters. The Center of Hope, a comprehensive homeless care solution, combines a 325-bed emergency shelter, 72 permanent supportive housing apartments, on-site medical, dental, vision, and mental health care, and an award-winning drug and alcohol rehabilitation center. Donate today to transform lives, create safer neighborhoods, and provide an opportunity to end chronic homelessness in Orange County.
Happy August, everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of Sports Corner. So much is happening in the Olympics, so I'll dive right in with that update. And that was a completely unintentional pun, but the United States' first Olympic medal of 2024 came from synchronized diving when Cassidy Cook and Sarah Bacon won silver. The U.S. team earned its first gold medal when Jack Alexey, Chris Giuliano, Hunter Armstrong, and Caleb Dressel finished 1.07 seconds before the silver medal team, Australia, in the 4x100 meter freestyle swim relay on Saturday. Team USA has won gold in this event in 10 of the last 13 Olympics. It's also Dressel's 8th Olympic gold. For the women's swim team, they earned a silver medal after falling just short to Australia in the 4x100. The US relay team, which included Kate Douglas, Gretchen Walsh, Tori Husky, and Simone Manuel, set a new American record in the event with a time of 3 minutes and 30.2 seconds. The time was just under 2 seconds shy of Australia's 3 minutes 28.92 seconds, which is a new Olympic record and the country's 4th straight Olympic title in this event. I mentioned last week just how dominant Katie Ledecky is in the pool. Her streak of dominating in the 1500 meter continues because in the qualifying heat, Ledecky posted a time of 15 minutes 47.43 seconds. That was over 17 seconds faster than the second place swimmer and just about half a lap too. So what I'm about to say next should come as no surprise. Katie Ledecky, the greatest female swimmer in history, has yet again won gold in the 1500 meter freestyle. Ledecky took command of the race early and it was never close again as she went on to win and set a new Olympic record of 15 minutes 30.02 seconds. The silver medalist came in at just about 15 minutes 48 seconds, meaning Ledecky again won by about 18 seconds. She now has won 12 medals in 4 Olympic Games, tying her for the most Olympic swimming medals won by a woman with Americans Jenny Thompson, Dara Torres, and Natalie Coughlin, and Australian Emma McKeon. Playing in their 3rd Olympic match so far, the U.S. men's soccer team struck first against Guinea. Midfielder Georgi Mihailovic put the U.S. ahead in the 14th minute with his 2nd goal of the tournament. Kevin Paredes added a 2nd and 3rd goal, giving the U.S. a 3-0 victory over Guinea. Now, the U.S. men's team is finally headed to Paris for the knockout rounds. This is the first Olympic knockout round game for an American men's team in 24 years. No U.S. men's team has ever won an Olympic medal in the modern era, and their path to achieving that feat started today. The U.S. kicked off their match with Morocco this morning at 6 a.m. Sadly, the dream run was short-lived as they fell short to Morocco this morning. Another U.S. team is also making a pretty historic run. The U.S. women's rugby team has been the talk of the Olympics so far after some impressive runs and tries by several players. The team won the bronze medal on Tuesday, defeating 2016 gold medalists Australia in the bronze medal match and taking home Team USA's first ever Olympic medal in the sport. They defeated Australia 14-12 in a tough match after Alev Kelter and Alex Cedric each had a try and conversion scored, which was enough of a difference to put Team USA ahead. The team rallied after losing in the semifinals to defending gold medalist New Zealand earlier on Tuesday. But it was amazing that the team was able to bring home their first ever medal in this event. Over in gymnastics, the U.S. men had not won any medals since 2008. That changed Monday when Steven Niederosik became an American hero after helping the U.S. men's gymnastics team win the bronze medal with a perfect pommel horse routine. Niederosik waited around for over 2 hours while his teammates performed on the bars, rings, and vault. All he needed to do was execute on the pommel horse at the very end, and he did just that, helping the U.S. bring home the bronze. I said it last week, and I knew all eyes would be on the women's gymnastics team this year. And they did it again. They're back on top with their 4th gold medal in the team event in the last 32 years of a medal-earning streak. Other than the one tiny fall from Jordan Chiles on the beam, the U.S. women basically had a perfect showing. It all came down to Simone Biles' floor routine to secure the gold. She only needed roughly 10 points to secure the gold, and for her, that's a complete cakewalk. Biles dropped a 14.666 and has officially become the most decorated American gymnast in the history of the Olympic Games with 8 medals. Suni Lee, Jordan Chiles, Simone Biles, and Jade Carey all looked absolutely dominant throughout the entire day and brought home the highest honor. The women's all-around finals and individual event finals began yesterday and will continue through Monday, so be sure to tune in to see which athletes can continue bringing home more medals. So far, the U.S. men's basketball team has looked absolutely dominant. They opened up the games with a massive 110-84 victory over Serbia. Kevin Durant came off the bench and hit a three-pointer just 14 seconds after he entered the game, and that was just the beginning because Durant then went a perfect 8 for 8 shooting in the first half that resulted in 21 points in the first half alone. Durant provided the spark and ended the day with 23 points. Team USA are 4-time defending gold medalists, so they look to continue that streak. Game 2 was Wednesday morning against South Sudan, who's a team that has surprised some people and been a pretty difficult matchup. South Sudan has become known for their three-point shooting in these Olympics, and even though they hit 11 threes in their game against the U.S., the Americans walked away with a 103-86 win. They'll now move on to face Puerto Rico tomorrow, and the winner will advance to the quarterfinals. For the U.S. surfing team, all 5 of our surfers advanced past round 1. John Florence, Griffin Colapinto, Carissa Moore, Caitlin Simmers, and Caroline Marks all won their first heats of the Olympics. Because all surfers won their heats, they all automatically advanced to round 3. Unfortunately for the men, both Florence and Colapinto did not advance past round 3 to the quarterfinals after falling just short in their respective heats. Today's the beginning of track and field events, and in my opinion, these are usually the most exciting events to watch. Be sure to check out all of our athletes and try and track just how many medals they can bring home. The U.S. has also earned medals in cross-country cycling, fencing, rugby, skateboarding, and more. Currently, as of Thursday morning, the U.S. is sitting atop the leaderboard with 31 total medals, including 6 gold, 13 silver, and 12 bronze. Like I said, there are still tons and tons of more events to watch, so be sure to watch as many as you can before the closing ceremonies. Team USA has looked incredible through the first week, so let's hope they can continue the streak. That was a ton of information, and it barely even scratches the surface of all the excitement and history that's been going on in this summer's Olympics. There's so many different events and athletes and stories to cover, and if I had a 1-hour-long show, I'd still try to cover them all. Come right back next week for more news, updates, and highlights from all around the Olympics, and possibly some other sports if something comes up within the next week. Hopefully you enjoyed the start of the NFL preseason last night, and more games start next Thursday. As always, thank you for watching. I'm Cole Young. Have a great weekend. I'll see you next time.
Tickets are on sale now at the Pack for the California Club's entertainment event, Kenny Cetera's Chicago Experience, a tribute to the band Chicago. Saturday, August 3rd, 7:30 p.m. at the Pack. Kenny and his 7-piece band with a 3-horn section will produce the true sound of the original Chicago band. The evening will highlight all the best of Chicago with songs like 25 or 6 to 4, Hard to Say I'm Sorry, and If You Leave Me Now, and more. You don't want to miss this one.
For over 20 years, Orange County has taken its unwanted gold, jewelry, timepieces, sterling silver, and coins to the Jewelry Box estate buyers and always received top dollar. We are a full-service repair center too, where you can rest assured our on-premises master jeweler will repair any jewelry in our state-of-the-art facility. Come see why for over 2 decades Orange County has relied on the Jewelry Box estate buyers.
At the Jewelry Box Estate Buyers,
It's about trust.
Visit us online at jewelryboxestatebuyers.com.
At Harvard Eye Associates, we are committed to your vision care and quality of life.
It's a commitment we don't take lightly. Our trusted team of doctors provides specialized eye care using state-of-the-art technology. We deliver what matters to you.
And your family.
Harvard Eye Associates, the future of vision today.
Go beyond better hearing with artificial intelligence. At Advanced Ear Care, we've taken regular hearing care to a new level with artificial intelligence performance. This provides smarter, clearer balance of sound. Artificial intelligence identifies background noises and reduces them so you can hear the soft-spoken speech clearly. Don't be afraid of this technology. It works automatically. Put them on and hear better all day in all situations. Hear the conversations clearly with family, friends, and caregivers. And remember, tell them Stuart sent you.
And welcome back to the program. Before we go, we want to talk about the Friday movie, and it is a great one. It's Aaron Brockovich with Julia Roberts. It's brought to us by Providence Mission Hospital. Going to be on 2 p.m. with the subtitles, 6 p.m. without the subtitles. And Aaron is working at a law firm. She stumbles upon some medical records placed in real estate files. She convinces her boss to allow her to investigate, and where she discovers a cover-up involving contaminated water in a local community, which is causing devastating illnesses among its residents. It's an award winner. It's a great movie, and it's based on a true story, so make sure you watch that one today at 2 p.m. and 6 p.m. Let's take a quick check on our weather before we head out, and it is hot. That's all I can tell you. Please do not blame me. I had nothing to do with it. I'm going to be inside and enjoying air conditioning for the rest of the weekend probably, but we're going to have highs close to 90 today. Just a tick or two cooler on Saturday and then another tick or two cooler on Sunday, but really going to be very, very warm. So go to the cooling centers that we have around the community here if you want to stay indoors. If you're going to go out, make sure you have water and make sure you find some shade because you're going to want it. That's going to do it for this edition of This Day. Tomorrow on the program, City of Hope will be here, and Assembly Member Diane Dixon has some great information about what she's doing here in the community and up in Sacramento, so stay tuned for that one. For all of us here at Village Television, we hope you make this day a great one.